Welcome to the next chapter of the React course. In this chapter, we will discover how we can create some list elements. With this list elements, we will generate some products table, and we will use useState hook for it, and we will make it with the TypeScript. All right. As you see, I did, if you remember, there was some functions for the buttons. I have cleared all of them. Now we have an empty component here. So we will do the basic things at the beginning one more time so you can make a practice as well. So let's first, we define our state here. So we will say const products set products state here, and it will be using useState. When I click that, as you see, it just imported top of the page like this. And afterwards, we need to create here the products list. So I have opened an array here, and I will say here into the product, it is title, let's call it iPhone X, and the ID, let's put the ID at the beginning, ID 1, title iPhone X. All right. And in this case, I would like to show you how we can define our type for this state as well. So let's create here type products, and it will be equal to ID as a number, also title as a string, right? So let's get products type, and we need to add this type here as a products type, and we will open the array sign. So if we want to add something else here, like price, I don't know, let's say 1000. So here it will be showing us the error, and it says the type is not assignable to products type. But this one, we already know, it says the price does not exist in type products type. Correct. If we want to use the price inside our states, we can add it here as a number. If we just want to keep it as it is right now, we can just remove it. But for the sake of the types right now, we can keep the price as it is. And let's add a couple of stuff here as an ID. Let's put a comma there, and ID 2, and let's say MacBook Pro, I don't know, 1500, and ID 3, PlayStation, and the last thing, let's call it Xbox. Alright, we need to change the ID of it to 4. And as you see, we have generated our products here, and we can make it much more. I don't know, if you want to add the new iPhones at the end, you can just make it iPhone 11 with the ID 5. And we can say iPhone 12, etc. So you get the point. So how we can render these elements inside our application right now? So here, as you might remember, one of the lessons I have described, if there is an array of the items and if we want to use them, we can either do it one by one, but this is not very preferable, okay? But I will show you both of them. So let's call it H2 here, and we can say products, and I would like to get the first element of it, and I would like to say title. Also, let me put the title here, and also here price, and this will be products 0.price. As you see, if you didn't notice, when I click the dot, it shows me the properties directly here. This is the beauty of the TypeScript. And yeah, let's make it the price here. And if we want to, also we can separate them into a different, let me show it first. So as you see, we have the header and it has the title iPhone X, the price is 1000. So we can make it like this. The price will be down below here, and also let's make this H5. Alright. As you see, our first element is here, and we can also put a div outside and say in this as a class name, we can say app product container. Alright, so we need to create this app product container class here, and we can use it here. As you might notice, we are still doing the same thing for just one element currently. Border 1px solid white. Okay, width 200 pixels, height 200 pixels. So this haven't came up there. Let me see why it didn't came up here. So our div is there, and it looks like our another element hasn't successfully saved, I guess. Yeah, as you see, I just saved here and it just came up there. So let's remove this ones, and our border is directly added to the element. So what I would like to do, I would like to show the second element inside here. What I need to do, I need to copy this one, paste below, and change the IDs like that. And you see the second element came up. And what I would like to do is adding the third element. You see the pattern, it is just a copy paste, but this is not the way we would like to build our application. So I'm just killing this one, all of it, and I want to show you how we can map through these products, and we only write one code, it will render all of the elements. So here we can say products.map, and here in the function we can say the product as a function we are calling here, and we are returning an element of this. So here we can say the product title, because it will map through all of them. Also this one here is the product price. What we need to add one more thing here. Once you map through the things, you need to add key value here. This is very important. So you can say product.id. Alright. I will show you removing the key property and how will it look. As you see, all of our products came along very nicely here, and our app product container is there. If you want to change one styling, let's say we would like to change the border color to this. As you see, it is updated every one of them, and we don't need to change all of it one by one. So let's add here some margin, top as a 10, 16 pixels, and margin bottom as a 16 pixels. So we just added the margin for all of them, and it just added all the elements here. So this is the one way we do our rendering with the maps. It is, for example, when we get these products from the API in the dummy JSON, it will render all of them with just that line of code. You don't need to copy paste all of them one by one, and this is very nice features of the React. You can just fetch the data, and you can apply that data to your components directly like this. Let's say in our stock there are new iPhone came up, iPhone 14. And let's say there is a new, one more iPhone came up, iPhone 14, 13 and the 14. And we just saved these state to our database. This is not the database, this is the state right now. Let's assume we saved all of the information to database and fetched these information from the server, and our styling is not looking very good right now because we extend our limit of the height. Regarding to that, as you might see, we have the height as a 80VH. I have written there before. Let me clear that one up. It will be looking much more better now. Let's say it min height as an 80. Alright, let's refresh our application. As you see, all of our listings came along very nicely, and our stylings looks much more better now. It just created all of the components here. If you want to see also with the components directly there, on the app body we have the h1 component, and these are not components, but we are rendering all of them with the map one by one. And so that's it. That was the lesson I would like to show you. And if we go back to see what we did so far, we have defined the useState. We have defined our type as a products type array here. And after that, we put all of the state for the products directly inside here. And we map through all of our products. If you just want to show one of them, one of the products, you can of course do it in the old way without mapping through all of it, and you can just say get this lines of code here, and you can say products 0. I forgot to show you what will happen if you didn't put the key. It was on my... So we can say the product here in the products. This is the products as well. As you will see now, we can still render just one of them. It is still fine if you just want to render one of these products, but if you want to render all of them, it will take so much time to write all of them one by one like this. So let's look at when we remove the key property here as well, what will happen. I just remove the key now, and I just open my console. It says each child in a list should have a unique key prop. Check the render method of the app body, and this is the warning regarding to keys. It will render the application, but we need to add this key value here as a product ID, and when you refresh your application, no more errors. So if you ever encounter such a key requirements. You understand you need to add the key to your mapped values here into an array. These needs to be different from what it has before. So if we just put 7 and 7, you see encounter two children with the same key 7. These are very important things in the React because the elements rendered in the different things also needs to be specified by these IDs. And yeah, that's it so far. And that was the lesson for today. We discovered all of the use state with different types, etc. And please subscribe for the next lessons, and I wish you happy nice day and happy coding. See you in the next chapter.